Just getting home from the gym, but I wanted to bring this commentary to you today here on TSP. I'm Dr. Evil Genius. I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I found to be very interesting when looking at a bunch of videos while I was at the gym hitting the heavy squat and the heavy deadlift. There's been a wave, a storm across social media having to do with a certain, I believe it's a TikTok channel, Cooking with Kaya. I don't know if it's like Narsagram or TikTok or one of these social media platforms, but apparently there is a huge issue, a controversy that is starting to spread to the point where, from what I heard, the young lady, Kaya, had low six figures followers on whatever platform that she puts her content on, and she is now past 1.2 million. Probably at the time of me recording this video is probably gone to 1.5 or beyond. And I have seen a lot of responses to the young lady, and her gimmick is basically to show off her cooking talents while doing what young urban women seem to not be able to stop doing, which is to turn around and show you their butt cheeks in motion. We'll call it that. Okay. So I looked at that and I thought to myself, well, why is the aggregate reaction to her so negative when the over sexualization of herself is quite in line with the socially acceptable actions among, let's just say, urban young women? There are some middle-aged women doing the same thing. And I thought about how there are similarities between Cooking with Kaya and the Hawk Tuah girl. Now you might be thinking, what? Like, how are these two people linked? You got one content creator that does food, and you have one lady that went viral because of her iconic spit on that thing in a street interview. What is the unifying spirit, the principle that links the two young ladies? Well, both ladies do over sexualize themselves in what they're known for. We've seen rappers be given Grammy awards and they get to go up on stage and campaign for the Democratic nominee for the presidential election of the United States of America. And they get to gyrate their pelvises and then turn around and move their butt cheeks to people's faces while pantomiming fellatio. Well, the Hawk Tuah girl was talking about fellatio. Something that talking raunchily about as a woman has been championed in recent years. And then you have Cooking with Kaya, who has turned around and then moved her butt cheeks in your face. That is something that I've heard a lot of young urban women be very forceful in their insinuation that they should be allowed to carry on that way and be celebrated for it. But yet, there is an army of women who are upset at both Cooking with Kaya and the Hawk Tuah girl. The unifying principle between these two young ladies, in which their actions sort of normally celebrated, more than just acceptable, but celebrated, is that they added one thing to the recipe that makes the other women gag when they get a spoonful of it. And what do you think that is? Their approach to their actions is seasoned with a positive disposition towards men. That's the problem. The Hawk Tuah girl drew ire because she was very gleeful in the fact that she thinks that it's a wonderful thing, it's a great thing to do what you can to satisfy and please the man in your life. To do something for him, not to extract something from him. That she was happy to give something to him. With the Cooking with Kaya, it is, she is very happily willing to provide for men what men actually value. When you hear men talk on social media about what they want, the list is very short. They want to be fed and they want to be blown. And when women talk about doing these things, but with a negative connotation, they get a lot of cheering. Yeah, yes, girl. But when there's a woman saying, you know what? I have a positive opinion of men. I have a positive disposition towards men. I have no problem showing my positive thoughts and feelings about men. No, I will not add to the chorus of man-hate content on the internet. I'm going to make content that men feel comfortable watching and makes them feel good and happy. That's the little ingredient that has activated the gag reflex of the modern woman. Oh my God, there is another woman out here willing to do what I'm proudly saying I will never do for a man? How dare she? Guys, I gotta tell you, the only thing that you really need to do in this life is to look at how people respond, women in particular, how they respond to women who say positive things about either men in general or specifically the men in their lives. If you go into the comment section and you see a bunch of hate, then you know that these women are not worth dealing with. You don't have to argue with any of them. The only thing you need to do is notate their negative disposition, that reaction, that rage that they have when they see that there is a woman that's out there that loves and respects men. And you notate that and you say, you know what? I'm going to stay away from her. And for the women that have a positive reaction to women that have a positive disposition towards men, you investigate to see if she is your type. And then you do your very best to give her whatever it is that she desires within reason, according to what you can provide. No more arguing. We don't need another Kevin Samuels. We don't need another AMS. We don't need another Fugazi podcast. All the information is out there. The women have access to it. The men have access to it. Our jobs as men is to let our choices decide where society goes next. No more arguing. If you've got a passport and you think that you can find someone that will better appreciate what you have to provide for them, fine. Go where you're appreciated. But what you really can do to use this to your advantage is to use the information that you have and just read the reactions from the women in your own communities. I guarantee you there'll be a significant portion of women that agree with women that love and respect men and appreciate men. They're around us. You don't have to go to another country, but if you want to do that, go right on ahead. But no more arguing, no more podcasts where you're on there trying to help some woman that refuses to see observable reality that's right in their face. Those days are over. Don't need to do it. Just make sure that the choices that you make line up with everything that you think is true. That some of you guys either believe yourself or have gotten some of these principles from social media and the manosphere and the red pill. There are women out here that love, respect, and appreciate men. Your job is to decipher between the two, and it has never been easier. In our society, it has never been easier to be able to either include a woman in your search or to exclude her, because they're either including themselves or excluding themselves with their own behavior and their own words. It's never been easier, guys. Pay attention to the women who appreciate you. Completely ignore the women that don't. It is that simple. In the comment section down below, what do you think about the premise that I've brought to you today? What do you think? Does it make any sense? Is there something that I'm missing? Do you have any personal experiences or observations that have to do with this topic? Definitely let me know that in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.